There are 12,000 people on this campus. They engineer the glass that goes into the pockets of half the world's population. The patent on that glass has your name on it, not the name of the corporation you used to guard. Yours. And it started with a $12 an hour night shift and a blind spot nobody else was looking at. Same thermos of cheap coffee, same turnstile, same security booth where you have sat for 4 years, $1,920 a month, before tax. You are invisible. People scan their badges and look right through you, but you are looking back. You watch the camera feeds, 12 monitors glowing in the dark. You see the rhythms of the factory. You see where the line slows down, where the workers get tired. You are being paid to guard the building, but you are spending every night studying the machine. It starts at 3:15 a.m. on a Thursday. Monitor 4, quality control, line B. You watch tired workers handling ultra-thin touchscreen glass components. They are moving fast to meet quota. The handling is clumsy. The glass microfractures. You log the disposal bins at the end of the shift. 31% of the yield is thrown away. The engineers blame the glass manufacturer. The management blames the machines. You sit in the booth watching the footage frame by frame. You realize it is not the glass. It is the transfer process. The trays they use warp under thermal stress during the cooling phase. Nobody sees it because the engineers only work the day shift, and the managers never look at the screens. You take a broken tray home. Your friends think you are wasting your time. You do not argue. You research thermal expansion. You study injection molding. You design a new handling tray system, a composite material that stays rigid during rapid cooling. You build the first prototype in your kitchen oven, ruining 2 baking sheets in the process. You test it with discarded glass scraps. 0 microfractures. 0 waste. You have the solution to a multi-million-dollar leak, but you do not have a seat at the table. You wait for the plant manager by his car at 6 a.m. You hand him a printed report and the prototype tray. He looks at your uniform. Then he looks at the tray. He asks which department you are in. You tell him, security. He hands the tray back. He tells you that optimization is handled by the engineers in Shenzhen, not the guards in the parking lot. He tells you to stick to the gate. The dismissal is cold. It is final. And it is the best thing that ever happened to you. Because if they will not buy the tray, you are going to sell them the glass. You have $2,100 saved, 4 years of night shifts. You quit. You rent a 400-square-foot garage in the industrial district. You buy second-hand polishing machines from a bankrupt competitor. You list your custom-polished, high-yield glass screens on a supplier board. Your pitch is simple, 20% cheaper than the major suppliers with a 0-defect guarantee because of your proprietary tray system. You wait, and you sweat. An obscure MP3 player company places an order. 10,000 units. They need them in 20 days. You have 2 machines and no employees. You run the lines yourself. You sleep on a cot next to the polishers. The noise is deafening. The air smells like chemical solvent and burnt coffee. You deliver on day 19. The check clears. $14,000. You do not buy a car. You do not take a vacation. You buy 4 more machines. You hire your first crew. 5 people. You do not sit in an office. You stand on the line with them. You teach them the handling process. You enforce the standard you saw lacking on Monitor 4. By year 2, you have 60 employees. You are supplying mid-tier smartphone brands. The market is shifting to capacitive touchscreens. The glass is getting thinner. The margins for error are vanishing. Your competitors are struggling with yield rates. You are not. Year 4. A global phone manufacturer audits your facility. They are ready to sign a contract that will 10 times your revenue. But their compliance team finds a chemical residue from a new polishing compound you tested. They fail the audit. They walk away. You have just signed a lease on a new facility, anticipating this contract. You are bleeding $80,000 a month. You sit in your car in the empty parking lot. You think about the security booth. You think about going back. You do not go back. You halt production for 3 weeks. You rebuild the entire chemical washing protocol from the ground up. You fly to the manufacturer's headquarters, uninvited. You wait in their lobby for 9 hours until the head of procurement walks out. You hand him the new glass, flawless, clean, stronger than their current spec. You tell him your yield rate is 98%. He tests it. He signs. That signature changes the trajectory of your life forever. Year 6. $45 million in revenue. Year 9. You supply the glass for the 2 most popular smartphones on the planet. Year 12. You take the company public. The market valuation hits $500 million on the first day of trading. The plant manager who told you to stick to the gate, his company now buys their glass from you. You have burn scars on your forearms from the early machines. You lost touch with friends who did not understand the obsession. You traded the easiest years of your life for the hardest. People see the valuation and call it an overnight success. They do not see the 400-square-foot garage. They do not see the cot. The frayed nylon lanyard from the night shift, the one you wore when you were invisible. It is framed on the wall behind your desk now, not to show off how far you have come, to remind you that the most valuable perspective in the room often belongs to the person nobody is looking at. If you are working a job right now where nobody sees your potential, this channel is for you. Subscribe. Because next week we break down another empire built by someone who refused to stay in their place. Drop a comment below. What is the system around you that you know is broken? We read every one.